Hello, hello. What's up, Empowered Empaths? I am so happy to be recording and saying hi to you again. Today is the 3rd of January, 2024. After like a week and a half whirlwind with um, family from out of town and friends from out of town, I don't even know what day it is. I have to pause and think. Today is Wednesday. It's been a super fun whirlwind. Um, and it is always such a fascinating time of year when I just take so much off. Well, I practice taking so much off my calendar, and I do, for when my family comes into town, and I try to be as available as possible for, um, to let randomness flow with them. And then what's super fun is with Christmas, at my parents, the way that we celebrate it, we have forever. And the way that we currently still do it is my family of four, me and my partner, our two kids, my husband, um, plus my brother's family of three, and then my sister's family of two. We all head over to my parents' house, which is 40 minutes away from me. And with all together, there's all of us and my parents, four dogs, and we just pack it in. We pack it in. And it can be pretty nuts and pretty crazy. This year definitely felt like that Home Alone scene, the very beginning of the movie where there's just kids everywhere and adults walking everybody. And it's like, who lives here? uh, but yeah, super fun. Super fun. Just getting all crammed in and just I love, there's a lot of things that I love about it, and there's a lot of things that are challenging about it. But one of the things that I love is it reminds me how amazing it is to stay flexible, mentally and emotionally, because you get to experience so much more of the juicy nuances that you wouldn't have been able to experience if you don't do something like, hey, let's just all pack into one house together for a period of days and just see what happens. you know? Um, even with my kids who are 10 and 8, we have done forever. And this, thank you, mom and dad. They're the ones that said, hey, just throw a sleeping bag on the floor for your kids. And then that way you can take them anywhere. And I remember when they said that 9 years ago, and a light bulb went off over my head like a cartoon. And I was like, that is a fucking brilliant idea, because at that time I knew teenagers who couldn't sleep on anything but a blow up mattress. And I was like, ooh, let's not do that. Let's keep this flexible. So anyway, it's really easy to bring our kids places. We just pack a couple sleeping bags, make sure there's some type of carpet on the floor, and boom, we're good to go. So anyway, um, welcome to the year 2024. I'm saying that to myself just as much as I am saying that to you. It feels light on the other side of this holiday season. So I'm excited. And one of the things I want to talk to you about today, actually, just as I prepare to get myself ready to go into a bath, an Epsom salt bath, is self-care and how to make your self-care work for you. And I want to speak to this because I think that I didn't like, okay, I'm gonna say this and I'll take it away, but just to kind of give a little clout behind this sentence. Um, I did self-care, quote unquote, wrong for so many years. Obviously, I don't believe there's really a wrong way to do it, but there's a way to engage in self-care that is very exploitive, where you draw a bath, you leave your loud family and you're like, I'm going to go take a bath. And you sit in the bath and you just luxuriate. And then you get out of the bath and your family's still their family. And you're like, oh my God, why is everybody being so loud? It's like, whoa, wait a second. You're not making your self-care work for you. So that's something I used to do all the time with so many different things, not just baths. I'm just using baths as an example because it's, I don't know, an easy one. But like we can do it with anything. We can do it with essential oils, right? Like literally anything. So the thing that I think is the key to self-care is having your self-care practice be a conscious practice. And one thing I do want to say, so you guys, 20% of the human population, and actually the animal population too. I'm not sure if it's still 20% for the animal population, but 20% of the human population are highly sensitive people, otherwise known as HSPs. 20%. 20% of our human population are HSPs. Holy fucking shit, you guys. So one of the things that they have found that is one of the most helpful thing for highly sensitive people is self-care, a regular self-care practice, which is why I really want to um, give you the way that I do this and make it very nutritious for myself. And the way that I see self-care is 100% essential. Just like completely essential. My husband has even joked and teased and called me the self-care queen. Um so and I say yes 100%. Yes, I am the self-care queen. I can Oh my god, a friend of mine was got sick before, was it before Christmas or after Christmas? And I was like, "Oh, like let me know if you want like some home remedies. I've got a bunch of them, but I don't want to like overload you." And she's like, "Yeah, sure. Shoot. Tell me what you got." And I sent her this hella long text with like just the main like 5 or 6 things I do every single time I get a cold. And she wrote back, "I don't know whether to heart this or laugh at this." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, that's like my baseline." I feel like I've developed a baseline of self-care that if I don't engage in it for a long period of time, I can just I start feeling kind of cranky. I start feeling kind of like my gears are rusty and they don't work really right. I start feeling like I lose access to like the creative part of my authentic self. Um my body starts feeling icky. Like it just, yeah, I don't like it. So even when I'm traveling, I will at least do like 10 minutes of stretching or something in my room. Or if I have my dog with me, I'll at least do 15 minutes of walking my dog. Obviously, I'll supersize those if I have the time. But like I have found, I will always give myself some period of time to me and only me every single day. I will consciously dedicate that to myself. So there's so many ways to do this. Actually, maybe I'll get into that in a minute. Here's what I want to say. I I want to offer you this perspective of your self-care practice, whatever it is, as a HIIT workout. Have you heard of HIIT? I feel like so many people have heard of it by now. It's an acronym, stands for it's HIIT, stands for high intensity, wait, high intensity interval training. High intensity interval training. So one of the things that's so amazing about HIIT workouts is you actually don't engage in it for a super long time. The point is not to engage in it for a super long time. The point is to get your heart rate up to like as high as your capacity will allow, like a go from like resting to like super high, and then like just for like a short period of time, and then pause and let yourself come back down to baseline. And depending on the HIIT workout, you do that again and again. And then you're done. You could do a totally effective HIIT workout in 20 minutes. So the reason why I bring up HIIT workout, because the whole point of a HIIT workout is not to, quote, get all the benefits in that 20 minutes. It's the other 23 hours of your day that your HIIT workout, your 20-minute HIIT workout is working for you. So, for example, it's in the other 23 hours of the day that your metabolism increases, that your body helps more effectively fight off depression and anxiety, that your body increases its oxygen intake. So it's someone who I love Her name is Taryn Toomey she created the class, which I'm obsessed with. You should totally go check it out, a movement modality. She says that's why we call it the afterburn, because all of the benefits are after the workout. So similar with self-care. So, for example, I'm about to go get in the bath, and one of my new favorite things to do, because I is to get in the bath and listen to a sound bath, a sound healing. And if you haven't yet gone to do a physical sound bath, it's also called a sound healing. It's where the practitioner is at the front of the space in a physical space, and they have those big crystal bowls that will vibrate, that she or he will play, and they will sound to each of the energy centers or the chakras in the body. They also have all kinds of other incredible instruments that you probably have never heard, because a lot of times they come from indigenous cultures. And it's just an incredible experience for your senses. Oh my God. The first time I actually went to a sound bath physically was like 2 years ago. And I was like, how have I never known this existed before? It was like, I feel like I know all of the things and I'm constantly being surprised, which obviously is so silly. Of course I don't know all the things, but it's like, what? This exists? So anyways, there's, I now have an app. I pay for high quality sound baths. You can totally get it for free on YouTube or Insight Timer. The free version has a couple sound baths. But anyway, I have this app called Sound Embrace, and you can find her, Danielle. You can find her on Instagram, actually. I think it's sound_embrace. But anyway, she has all kinds of incredible and then super high quality recorded sound baths. Some for like relaxation, increasing energy, to attune to different chakras. And so what I do now is I listen to one of her sound baths while I am soaking my body in a physical bath with Epsom salt. And it's like the most angelic experience. So anyway, I'm going to go do that right now. And one of the things I'm going to go do in my sound bath is I want to offer, what I want to say in any type of self-care ritual that you practice is anything goes, right? The point is not to cram anything more into your day. The point is to offer a space for your body to truly release. So for example, when we watch TV, which I'm not against watching TV or watching movies. I love movies. And I love shows, but it's important to know that when we sit down to watch a show or we watch TV, it's not giving our body the space to truly release and let go, and being able to consciously watch the events of our day play before our mind and, this is important, our body. So when we're watching TV, we're cramming more information into our psyche, into our soma, our body. We're not actually engaging in a self-care ritual. Now, does that mean demonize TV and when your brain is like, dude, I just want to sit in front of the TV right now, to say to yourself, no, that's horrible? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying there's a balance. There's totally a balance. And what I find in creating this balance for yourself is to start small. Start small. Please, for the love of fucking God, start small. Do not start your self-care practice with, if you haven't been doing it on the regular, and you start with an hour and a half a day, and you start like saying fuck you to the TV and to, all the junky things. Please, I highly discourage that, because it's going to be, most likely, obviously you do whatever you want, compost this if this doesn't work for you, but it's most likely going to be too much. I highly recommend going in little bite-sized pieces, and slowly over time, this is an over years experience, right? You're downloading an app called self-care. And this is a lifelong endeavor. And what's cool about you downloading this app, doing 5 minutes a day of anything juicy that helps you sink into yourself and release the day or the night. What's amazing is that your body will naturally crave more and more of it. You will be wiring your body in this way, wiring dopamine into this experience. And you want to wire dopamine towards the things that you want to make habitual, because then your body will unconsciously reach for more and will unconsciously find more opportunities for you to fit this in. Okay. So for example, I'll just give an example. I've been a total TV movie person like my whole life. And it's only been the last like maybe 6 months, maybe a year. I don't think it's been as long as a year, but at least 6 months that like actually my husband and I have been sort of on a similar train with it. Um, we just haven't been watching TV every single night like we used to. That used to just be like our thing that we would do, put the kids down and then go watch TV and go to bed. But I'm not craving it. I've found other things that fulfill me more than TV. And so now when I sit down to watch TV, it feels like a treat, which is really fun. Um, so anyway, what I want to say is, okay, so a few things to do. Let me first say, like, self-care can be anything, you guys. I want to offer self-care can be a 5-minute walk up and down your street. Seriously, and it can completely change the trajectory of your mind if you do it, quote unquote, right. Obviously, there's no right way to do this, but if you do it with intentionality, you're using your consciousness to take this walk. You're not just walking down the street saying "fuck you" to your life, right? You're using it as a caring practice. And if that sounds boring as fuck, maybe start by putting on your favorite podcast like this one and taking a walk down the street and just getting your body in the groove of what it feels like just to like breathe deeply and move. And you're listening to something fun. That can be part of it. Absolutely. Maybe even pause somewhere and just like pause the tape and just walk with the earbuds in without listening to anything and just breathe for like 3 minutes. Breathe your thoughts through. Also sitting, laying in your bed. I'm going to just give some different examples. Like I really like, there's so many incredible self-care practices, right? Like sitting and doing meditation, like on an actual meditation pillow. You know, what's interesting though, my body, I have a slight scoliosis and my body just, has always carried a lot of tension. And so I'm always sort of like, if we're friends, you will most likely at a party see me stretching, like talking to you and just like doing a little hip lunge or, is that what I'm thinking? Runner's lunge. Cause I'm kind of always stretching and moving stuff through my body. So what my favorite way actually is not to sit on a meditation cushion, even though I know that's not bad. That's totally the most, touted. There's so many reasons for that, right? But I like to lay down in my bed. I like to get cozy, even if it's just for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or if it's like a 30, 40-minute meditation, I'm listening to something or I'm doing it by myself. I like to lay down and get cozy and give my body the chance to really release tension. I don't want to hold up my head. I don't want to try to sit up straight. I'm always trying to do that anyway throughout the day. This is where I just get to like let go. Yeah. So, and then there's the bath, there's movement practices. One of my favorite ones is The Class by Taryn Toomey. And if you do look up The Class, first of all, they give you a free 2-week trial. But if you do it, check out the person who created it. Check out one of her classes first, Taryn, Taryn, and then check out some of the other amazing teachers that they have there. But check out Taryn first, because this came from her heart. It is a way to get your sweat on and your heart pumping while also simultaneously honoring your divinity pausing and doing meditation, doing some freestyle movement and dance, shaky practice, moaning and groaning, getting energy to move through you. I have laughed and I have cried and I have sweat and I have gotten muscles sore and all of it in this little online streaming service. One of these days, I am absolutely going to go to one of their retreatments because it's really shifted the way that I approach movement in my when I'm even just moving by myself on my mat. Highly recommend the class. And I'm like a like I love yoga. So if you're somebody who loves yoga, I highly recommend checking out the class. So okay, anyway, whatever it is that you are engaged in, and of course there's a million other things, you take it and use it as your space that it's almost like training for the quote real world. I don't totally like the word training because it makes it sound really intense, like you have to have your mind on. But one of the ways that I like to use self-care is to give a safe container, what I mean by safe is a conscious container where I can be by myself with whatever it is that I'm doing, whether it's a walk or a bath, and let my mind be quiet. Let my mind sit in the back seat and let my body show up. Let my body process the patterns, the unconscious patterns that are running in the background of my mind. And like even just like mentally, like not mentally, somatically putting my awareness in my headspace. Let's say I'm in a bath. Let's just use an example. Let's say I'm sitting in the bath and I have the water and I'm laying back on my little pillow and I just take a breath in and take a breath out. And I just tell my awareness, we're going to turn down the volume on the mind and I'm going to focus on breathing in through my heart. And then, of course, my mind is going to offer me thoughts and I'm going to feel those thoughts as energetic cadences moving through my body. I'm going to watch them. I do this even when I'm sweat heart pumping in the garage doing the class, right? Because this is something that you can do in both spots. So breathing and watching, centering in myself, number one. Centering in myself, finding myself. I mean, do you ever have that happen? I refinding our anchor is not something that we do only one time and then it's done. That's why a self-care practice, a self-care ritual, even 5 minutes a day, even 15 minutes a day is so important because we go out and we are being bombarded more than ever before with so much information, so much stimuli. So refinding our center point amidst all of that is how we spiral upward, is how we integrate all the day's events and incorporate it within our humanity, within our divinity, within our next spiral upwards. So finding yourself and breathing and just kind of like, and I don't even want to say finding yourself like it's a done journey, just finding that spot as if you're going to like, when you open up the water to the bath and the water just kind of drains out, as if you're just kind of finding that center point that has that pull. Centering on your heart, finding that center point, and then just processing, letting everything move through you without judgment. That means whatever fucking horrible, shitty thing you said to your kid, watching it, feeling it, letting it move through. Not trying to solve it. We're not trying to solve it. Nope, 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 nope. This is processing time. This is alchemy time. This is magic time. This is transmutation time. That's what this is. This is a container for that. Thinking time is amazing. It's not now. Okay? Okay. So, processing, letting it move through, and then watching how your body responds to each of these. Touching your body. Sometimes your physical body wants a little massage in a spot. And here's the thing that's so fun about self-care is you do it your way. So anything I say that doesn't resonate, completely trash it, compost it. What does resonate, those are the nutrients for you. So some things that I really like to do are like, I like to tune in and then listen to whatever that voice tells me to do. So if that voice tells me to take my hand and touch my right knee and pull my right knee in toward my chest for whatever fucking reason, I don't need a reason. It just says, hey, do this. And then I do it. And then it says, breathe. And then I breathe. And then it says, turn to the left, stretch out that left side. And I do. And all of a sudden, some resonant thought bubbles to the surface. And boom, I have an aha moment because I gave it the space to be revealed. This self-care space is a place to make space for revelations. It's not a space to manifest, to man your way forward. There's a time and a place for that. This is a space for opening, for release, to see what reveals itself. Revelation. Okay. So now, let me see. I wrote a couple notes down. I want to see if Okay, so if we're going to boil, I'll just say this piece. If we're going to boil this down into 3 pieces, it would be 1, to center into your heart and give yourself however long just to center in your heart, and then just even like let it go on autopilot. Let that be the flow. And then let yourself release, release, release. Like you're a river running through yourself. And then just watch, breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay? Center, release, watch. And now it's not even a trick, but here's how to make it a HIIT workout. Because remember going back to how I was saying the HIIT workout, you do it for 20 minutes and then it works for you the other 23 hours, or it's actually more like 23 and a half hours of the day. That's your body. Because you know how our body, the unconscious, the subconscious, it is all lives in our body. So for example, I don't have to consciously tell my heart to beat. It just does it because it's part of the unconscious. It's part of the subconscious processes of my body. It just does it. So when I show up and I give my body a HIIT workout, what happens is the body takes that information and it does shit with it. And it up levels shit, right? I don't even have to tell it to do it. It just does it because the body's amazing. Now, copy and paste that to self-care practice. In your self-care practice, you're consciously, let's say you're soaking in the bath for 15 minutes and you're consciously processing things through. You're consciously releasing. Okay. So now you have to be your own unconscious body. You have to be your own subconscious body. So now when you leave that bath, let's say you're lucky enough to have a bath in the middle of the day. Oh my God. Can we play with that fun idea? Whenever I give myself a bath in the middle of the day, I just feel, what is the word? Like a queen. I feel like I'm gifting myself something really special. Because the day isn't over, right? I plopped this right in the middle of my day. Okay. Let's say an hour later you go to write an email and then some email comes up and it's triggering to the way that you're showing, it's triggering to your pattern as it is thus right now. Okay. Now's the time to use what you downloaded in the bath, that process that experience, that bodily experience that you gave yourself just an hour ago, of centering, releasing, watching. So when you are in that moment of an email, and maybe it's an email that you dreaded, you don't have to go run to the bath. You don't have to go say fuck you to the email. You can live through this experience up level this experience and heal this experience by bringing what you found in the bath to this moment, by bringing that exercise to this moment. So let's say, okay, email's in front of you, you're checking it, boom, pops up, and oh my God, your heartbeat starts going, your cheeks start flushing, your breathing gets caught in your throat. Okay, so pause, pause, do exactly what you did in the bath, center, release, release tension around your shoulders, breathe, breathe. Maybe you're going to slowly move the mouse. Maybe it's time to respond. Okay, click respond and then pause again. Breathe, breathe, watch. What are the thoughts that are moving through? Look at them like little patterns in front of you, like little matrix patterns. Feel them in your body. When you're pausing and you're slowing down, you can see more consciously which of those thoughts you're going to use to drive your energy when you're writing that email. Let's say one of those little chain reactive thought patterns is, fuck this bitch, fuck this bitch, fuck this bitch. Is that an energy that you want to use? You get to decide. If it's not, you get to use your self-care practice right now in this moment of this email to release it through your body. Boom. Emotional alchemy at its finest. And then there's space for revelation, right? Another thought comes through. And that thought is, all I really want to say to this person is XYZ. Okay, boom, boom. Let it land. And it feels true. Okay, it feels true. Let it land. That was a very simple thought. Let it land. And then boom, another chain reaction thought comes and goes, oh, but what if they think this and this and this about me? Boom, heartbeat back up again. Boom, 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 boom. Pause, pause. Let it move through. Let it move through. Watch it like that chain reaction. And as you watch that thought move through of, oh no, what if they do this? What if they think that? You can feel the anxiety tethered into that thought form moving through. And you instantly realize, oh my God, that's my hangover from people-pleasing culture. I don't want to write the email from there. I want to come from my heart and say this simple thing. And I want to allow her, him, whoever it is, on the other side of this email, I want to allow them their experience of me. I want to allow them their experience of life, because I know that it's not my job to control their perception of me. And I know that when I try to control their perception of me, it actually fucks me right in the ass, because I'm using my energy where it doesn't belong. I'm actually jumping into their space. That's not my space. What is my work here? My work is to come from love and to be truthful. Everything else is their game. It's their ball. It's their piece of the puzzle. Boom. Boom. You just integrated your self-care practice into your quote regular life, and you just up-leveled. That's amazing. That's how to do a self-care practice. That's fucking it. I'm going to end right there with a little mic drop, because I feel like I went over what I normally do. So let's end it right there for today. And I just wish you the most juicy, whether it's 5 minutes or 50 minutes, whatever you choose to do with yourself. I just wish it to be the most juicy, divine, spacious space for revelation to come through. And here's the thing, revelation doesn't necessarily have to be some big earth-shattering thought. It can just be a deep breath that creates more space for yourself that you then get to copy and paste and practice in your life. Oh, I love that. Okay, I'm going to go have my bath now. So that's it for this week. I will see you next week. Um, oh, really quickly, one thing I did want to tell you guys, which I forgot to share on this platform, is I did start a free Facebook group community called Dry 2024. So for the year of 2024, I'm not going to be drinking alcohol, and I invited other folks to join me on Facebook. And this is just a total experiment. I'm just seeing what flows through me. Um, and I'm trying to get other folks to come out and play. There's a bunch of people in there, but not many people have introduced themselves yet. So if you are going to come and join me and not drink alcohol for the year of 2024, this is not a sober group, by the way. It's dry. Apparently, it's called California Sober. Um, then come and be one of the people, one of the courageous folks that comes up and introduces themselves. And it's an exploration group. It's community support. It's fun. And it's a different kind of dry group than you've probably ever been in because it's real time intuitive experimenting as we go forth. I created this group solely based on my intuition. Um, but it is so fun when I create something from my intuition, then I see the science to back it up. So, for example, there is science to back up people who have been drinking alcohol, right? An addictive substance that dulls your consciousness for a period of time. They want to stop. It is, you are, studies have shown that you are more likely to stay dry when you have community support. So whether it's with alcohol or with some other type of substance, community support, just being in a community of other like-minded folks who are doing the same thing, just makes it much more likely for that habit to stick. Isn't that cool? And then also I play mostly on Instagram every day. So if you want to come play and just interact, I'm always kind of popping things through there in different cadences, depending on what cycle of the week or month I'm in. So I'm at the Empowered Empath Coach, separated by all periods. And then my website, if you want to do some one-on-one work together, one-on-one work is my favorite. So my website is Jess, Jess, Bushnell, BUSHNELL.com. I'll link everything in the show notes. And we can do a timeline jump together where you get to jump into a new embodiment of yourself and create your life from that new consciousness anchor point. And then also, I do a 6-week one-to-one life coaching journey that has sessions, that has timeline jumps, that has voice messaging back and forth between sessions. I'm even thinking I'm going to offer a 12-week version of it for folks who want to stretch it out a little bit. So anyway, so many ways to connect, to transform, to play. And that's it for today. So thank you for being here. May you go soak up and then thus just exude, spread that beautiful joy through your daily self-care practice rituals. Mwah. That's all for this week. I'll see you next week. Bye.